Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, my little degenerates. It's your boy, Mr. Degenerate, back at it again for another motherfucking video. Ooh wee. See, it's always a good thing, my little degenerates, my Bayos, my Bayonetta fans. It's always a good thing to wait for more information. It's always good to be late to the party. I was so late to this fucking party because I was busy editing my Bayonetta video, and something in my mind was like, hold off until you get more information on the Bayonetta 3 situation. So for those that don't know, make a long story short, Bayonetta 3 has gotten a new voice actress by the name of Jennifer Hales. Jennifer Hales is played in the industry for a long period of time. She's voiced Fem Chef from Mass Effect. She's voiced Naomi from fucking Metal Gear Solid. And also for PlayStation fans, you know her as Rivik for Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. And so she came in, and a lot of us fans were kind of like, well, what happened to the original voice actress? And then Platinum Games and Nintendo came out and was like, well, due to scheduling conflicts, we weren't able to get her back. It is what it is. And so fucking over at the weekend a couple of days ago, actress for Bayonetta, Helena Taylor, came out and was like, no, the real reason that I didn't come back for Bayonetta is because they was trying to underpay me. And this led to a whole big controversy between Platinum and voice actors. A bunch of voice actors came out and was like, you know, yeah, like this has happened to me, like they pay us like shit. I remember even watching a video recently, like Young Gear had to basically explain how voice acting payment even works, and he even said like, yeah, we barely get paid and we have to go to conventions in order to really make money. And so it brought up a very interesting conversation about payments and how much does a voice actor or a voice actress contribute to a project, all of that type of shit. It was a huge nightmare. And so we all, not to mention, you know, you had Hideki Kamiya, the creator of bunch of my favorite franchises, but in particular the creator of Bayonetta, come out and be like, you know, this shit is not true, but beware my fucking rules. Just being a complete dick. And so it was a big clusterfuck until recently fucking Jason Schreier, very professional journalist, gaming journalist. This man, if Jason gets on that shit, it's a wrap. So Jason Schreier from Bloomberg came out and spilled the beans on gave clarity on what the fuck happened, and basically gave Platinum / Nintendo's side of the story. And basically what it seemed like is that Helena was lying, and that Helena basically left a lot of details out, and a lot of things were not explained. So basically they came out and said like, our original price was for what we paid her for 5 sessions was supposed to be $4,000 for 5 sessions, and altogether that would have been $15,000 she would receive for the whole entire shit. And I'm like, ooh, that's big money. Like that's good money for me. But she said, no, fuck that. That's not what I want. I want 6 figures. And they, of course, was like, no, fuck that. We're not paying you that much. And she's like, okay, well, fine, fuck you. I'm not doing it. And left. They hired a new voice actress. And so they went on, they did their thing, but they came back to the original voice actress and was like, you know, we would like to at least have you do a cameo for 4,000, because there's apparently multiple Bayonettas in this game. So we would at least like to have you in at least a cameo. And she was like, no, fuck that. I don't want to do that. So everything just went out the fucking window. All of us are confused. A lot of people getting on everybody's case about the situation of like, oh, we told you not to stand up and vouch for this fucking woman. You got other people still defending her. You have a bunch of fucking people still angry and upset. And I just wanted to just spread my own interpretation and my own thoughts on this shit. So let me be very fucking clear when I say this. At first, when I started the information, when I looked up the information and gotten a lot of people's opinions, originally I was thinking pretty much what everybody was thinking. That was bullshit. Platinum fucked up, and they should have paid her the right amount of money. And also, I was like, that's not fair to the voice actors. And it really made me reconsider voice acting as a whole. Like, I did not know the struggles a lot of voice actors and voice actresses has to go through in order to make bread. Having said that, as I did more research into the whole situation, and as I did more thoughts and listening to other people's opinions about the whole fiasco, I had some concerns even when I heard some of the things that Helena was saying. For one, I didn't like that she never gave out particular information of how much she thought she was worth. Like, I always tell people, if you think you are worth more than what you are, please tell us how much you think you're worth. Just throw out a number and I will tell you if you're worth that fucking number. And this is coming from someone who's a huge Bayonetta fan and loves Bayonetta, and I would have probably gave her 9 to 10K. But I completely understand why fucking Platinum was not giving her 6 figures. So that was one. 2, and this one pissed me off more than ever, was the throwing under the bus of Jennifer Halls. Now, I think that was stupid. I did not like that, and I felt very sad for Jennifer, because Jennifer is a talented actress. She has voiced a lot of great characters over the years, and she can act her ass off. She can do a pretty good job. I don't know if she's going to be on the level of the original voice actor for Bayonetta, but I know Bayonetta 3 is in safe hands, at least for the most part. But what really, 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 really pissed me off was her entitlement to the Bayonetta character. And I love her interpretation of Bayonetta. Do not get me wrong. Helena's interpretation of Bayonetta, she defined that role. And, for me, she is Bayonetta. Just like how I think Ruben Landon is fucking Dante, Helena is Bayonetta to me, because she brought so much eloquence to Bayonetta as a character. Like, yes, the animators made her how she is and gave her the sassy walk and everything, but it was Helena's voice that elevated Bayonetta and making Bayonetta this iconic character on something we've never seen before from a female protagonist. We have never seen a female protagonist that has exudes so much eloquency and almost raw confidence that I've never seen before in a female protagonist. Usually female protagonists are usually portrayed as either damsel in distress, stoic badass, and they don't do enough to make them stand out or be unique. With Bayonetta, she was unique in that sense. So I completely understand how she felt that Bayonetta is a special character. However, there's gonna come a point where you can't play the fucking character anymore, boo boo. And when that happens, I always am gonna be down for a replacement or a new person to take up the mantle and give their own interpretation of the character. And I think that's the beauty of art, or at least digital art, when it comes on to movies, TV shows, and video games. Different actors can come in and give a different portrayal. You know, look at how many different fucking interpretations of voice actors there is for Batman. Like, we all know Kevin Conroy is fucking Batman. He is the definitive Batman. However, there's been others I've liked, like the guy who did the voice for Young Justice Batman, and also he did for Under the Red Hood. The one who did Batman's voice for The Dark Knight Returns. Like, these are cool interpretations of Batman voice, and you know, it is what it is, and I've come to like those voices as well. So for her to say all of that was just bullshit. So for me, I was already skeptical. I wouldn't say I was skeptical. I would say I was like, that made no sense, but all right, let's wait and see what Platinum has to say, because Hideki Kamiya made himself look like an ass on Twitter, and for that reason, I no longer respect him. So I was like, let's wait and see what Platinum has to say. And sure enough, this whole shit comes out, and if this shit is true, Helena has not only damaged and divided the fucking Bayonetta community for selfish gain, but she has almost sabotaged, I would say almost, because she didn't really sabotage it. She actually enhanced Bayonetta sales, but she almost sabotaged this beloved franchise. And to sabotage this character who has made you at least a well-known actress among other actresses in the video game landscape is very disheartening. Like, that is very disheartening, and everyone has the right to feel upset, angry, and mad over her if it is true. Also doesn't help her case that the final thing she said about the Bloomberg article when approached about this shit was that she was like, I would just like to put this whole franchise behind me and just move on to theater. To me, that was a very fucked up answer, or a very weird response to give. That's almost like saying you didn't give a fuck about the fans and what fans thought and whatnot, and you just didn't care about a bunch of fans who came out and literally was supporting you. You literally had a few YouTubers that I enjoy literally come out and was like, defend you hard. The whole Bayonetta community was defending you hard. So wording like that, no, that's a bullshit wording, and I don't like that. Although I think is not fair to people who are saying that, hey, it's your fault, you guys are dumb for believing Helena. I want to also remind you that this is a girl who broke NDA, and so a lot of people were saying like, yo, like, how, like, if this, you're breaking NDA, which you can get sued for. I looked it up, you can get sued for. Why would she do that? You know, I think everyone had a right to defend her. So I'm a little baffled on why people are saying like, oh, you guys are idiots for just believing her and white knighting her. I think everyone had the right to white knight her, especially since apparently this is a real problem in the gaming industry, that they don't respect voice actors. And if we allow Taylor's actions to dictate the future of voice acting, well then shit, Like, no one's gonna believe anything a voice actress or a voice actor says. And I think we really, really need to get out of that mindset of not defending. I really do believe we need to defend, but I do think we need to do, as I said, and that's why I'm glad I waited to do my video, is to wait for both sides to get information before coming to conclusion. But again, I do not blame anybody who felt like, hey, like, I needed to defend her right now, especially since Bayonetta, once again, is a niche audience game. And you know, when you have a niche audience game and your community is small, you tend to stick very closely and hard on it. I was like the same way with Devil May Cry, so it is what it is. For me, you know, I think where Helena is a little misguided is how much she thought Bayonetta was worth. And this is a theory I've been thinking about a lot recently. I think Helena thought Bayonetta was worth more than what Bayonetta actually is because of Smash. And I think she didn't think of the fuller picture of Bayonetta. And I say this because Bayonetta is a small franchise. We are a very small community. We are not Call of Duty. We are not Resident Evil. And we are sure as hell ain't Devil May Cry, because Devil May Cry 5 has just made 6 billion motherfucking copies sold worldwide. We are fucking lit. Congratulations, DMC fans. But yeah, like, we're not them. And so Bayonetta is always been a niche audience game. So to ask for 6 figures is ridiculous, in my humble opinion. If this is true, if she really did say that, I think that's ridiculous. But I think I can understand where she was coming from because of Smash. You know, one of the things I was thinking about is that, you know, Smash is literally, I think, the gateway game for a lot of gamers to get into other franchise. Perfect example, I would say, for me personally, I would have never had played any of the Xenoblade games if it wasn't for Smash, because so much of my friends got excited for Mitra and Pyra being in the game. And I was like, okay, well, these characters look cool. What game are they from? Okay, fucking Xenoblade. Okay, played Xenoblade 1 and 2 recently this year. And I gotta say, I really enjoyed Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and Xenoblade 2. I didn't really enjoy all too much, but I really enjoyed my girl Mitra. My girl Mitra's the queen, baby. But other than that, like, I really completely understood where everyone was, where some people would be like, yo, my first introduction to Bayonetta is Smash. And so I think she was looking at it as like, well, if we're getting a sequel to Smash, or we're getting a continuation to our game, and it's going to be pretty much the biggest selling game, I think Bayonetta 3 is going to sell a lot based off of the pre-orders increasing. I think I deserve a bigger pay. So I can kind of understand where she's coming from. But again, I think that's a little misguided in the sense of the fact of Bayonetta is a niche audience game, and Bayonetta has never sold this big amount of money she's talking about. So 6 figures you were not getting, boo boo. And overall, I just think this whole situation is shitty. Well. Isn't this a surprise? As I was doing my video, something told me wait again for some information. And so a few days ago, fucking Helen Taylor came out and basically tried to explain herself once again. And apparently she actually confirmed the Bluebird article in this post, basically confirming that she fucking lied to everyone. She bamboozled everyone, as my boy from Metal Gear Solid fame would say.
They played us like a damn fiddle!
And so basically in this article, she's like, it has come to my attention that some people are calling me a liar and gold digger. I feel the need to defend myself and my reputation in the industry. See thread. And so basically she went on this whole big rant tirade trying to explain herself. Now, this is where I say that she fucking misled a lot of people. Because she talks about the video, and right here, this word right here, she was like, that they offered her was $10,000 in total. That's not what she said at first. What she said was that she was offered for the whole lesson $4,000 in total. She was like, not to remember, this is a $450 million franchise, not including marketing or merchandising. And this is a second lie, because I looked this up. Bayonetta is not a $400 million franchise. The first Bayonetta game, for what I looked up from Wikipedia, is around like $1 mil, and the second one is even lower, like $1.6 mil. So that's a fucking lie. That's a bullshit lie. And then she just goes on this whole tirade about, how Camilla, she thought Camilla would understand, and he replied, and he was like, I recognize your value, so I'm just gonna give you 500, 5K to reprise your role as Bayonetta in terms of doing a cameo appearance. 5K for a cameo appearance, that's a lot. 5K, 5,000, and she fucked up here. She spelled that wrong, but whatever. And she declined. She said that, they lied, and, everything else for the 4K for 4 session was a total fabrication. So again, she lied on that. 4K is what she originally started with. That's what she told everyone. That was the overall type of money she got, and that's ridiculous. Then she talks about, and the thing that got me kind of like, kind of wonky, and I kind of understood where she was coming from, was when she was like, the only time I was ever at a convention, I felt weird asking fans for money for a signature, as they had already paid for the game, and I was grateful that they liked my work and the character, so I donated 100% of the signing fee to charity. That's sweet. I know Maximilian has talked about not really being a fan of fans coming up to him and giving him money, so I can understand if she felt some type of way and thing. However, you shouldn't have lied your ass off just to prove a point, just to, make something work. So at the end of the day, she made it even harder for fans to believe voice actors now when they come out and speak about how underpaid they're being treated and how, shitty the industry treats them in terms of salary and money. Now she's made it even harder. So thank you, Helena, for fucking all that up for voice actors who are really struggling out here. So I can't respect her as a fellow artist, as a voice actress. She is officially dead in terms of voice acting career. And in terms of believability, no one will ever fucking believe her ever again. It is what it is. She done and fucked up. And I think the moral thing I want to say for this video is that there is two sides to every story. Don't believe everything a person says, but also I also want to make it clear that just because she fucked up doesn't mean that all voice actors are fucking despicable people like her. She could talk about all this, oh, I want you to go donate to charity, but that still doesn't change the fact that you lied to a whole bunch of community people who were defending you. I've seen a few people, you know, one of my personal favorite YouTube get harassed by people because of they defending you. I've seen many people get their shit beaten because of this woman, because everyone decided to defend her. And for her to clarify this and now confirm that she lied is hurtful. But do not let that take away from not only an amazing game like Bayonetta 3, which has now early reviews has come in, and on Metacritic it has gotten an 89%, almost close to a 90%. Congratulations on the Bayonetta community, and congratulations on the Bayonetta developers for working their ass off to make a great product. But more importantly, always, and I repeat, always, you know, defend voice actors. Don't let her bullshit stop you from going out and defending voice actors. We just got to be a little bit more suspicious, a little bit more reserved. But other than that, believe voice actors. That's all I gotta say. Anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry if it was a long video. This shit was just a wild fucking goose chase of a story, and I just wanted to get this last part out before I finish the video. Anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you're new to the channel, please comment, rate, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And until next time, take care. Goodbye. Also, Jennifer, you are our new Bayonetta. Hopefully, we'll get to see you voice Bayonetta again for Bayonetta 4. Anywho, have a good day, everyone. Fuck you, Helena.